Today it's all about our love of bends and corners. Welcome to the digital press conference. The new 718 Boxster GTS and 718 Cayman GTS supplement the mid-engine sports cars with an emotional variant. Compared to their predecessors, the new models are impressive thanks to significantly stronger performance figures and a very characteristic look. Our experts from Weissach will now talk you through the details.
Porsche is a brand that merges seeming contradictions. You can take our sports car to the racetrack without having to retrofit anything. At the same time, the cars are fully suited to everyday usability. Obviously, that also holds true for our latest GTS models. The 718 GTS models come with stronger engines that now clock up 365 horsepower, some 15 horsepower more than the S model, and 10 Nm more torque, complete with PDK transmission. This translates into superb acceleration of 4.1 seconds from 0 to 100 km per hour. And a top speed of 290 km per hour.
The
718 GTS power gains were essentially achieved by two major modifications. For one thing, we newly developed the intake duct and also optimized the turbocharger. Against the 981 GTS's 330 horsepower at an engine speed of 6,700 revs, we now offer 365 horsepower at 6,500 revs. For torque, we've moved on to a totally different level. Previously, we generated 370 Nm between 4,500 and 5,800 revs per minute. With the turbo engine, we can now offer something completely different. With the PDK, we have 430 Nm already available at 1,900 revs per minute that go all the way up to 5,000 revs. In the outgoing model, the configuration with the PDK accelerated in Sport Plus mode in 4.7 seconds from 0 to 100 km per hour. We've now brought this down to 4.1 seconds. The 718 GTS really stands in a line of tradition which is well over 50 years old. Back then, the 904 Carrera GTS succeeded the 718 and also came with a performance-enhanced version of the four-cylinder Boxster engine. What set these models apart at the time was above all their new design. Coming from the signature of Ferdinand Alexander Porsche, it excelled with its very lucid design language. You'll encounter many of its features also in the current lineup of cars on the roads today. And this really connects the past with the present.
The
GTS models always stand out thanks to their distinct characteristic look that sets them apart from the other 718 models. Starting at the front, you'll find the inside of the new headlights come black tinted now, with specific application strips that stand out nicely against this backdrop. The front light in the apron has its own distinct shape. Plus, for looks, you'll find a different spoiler lip generating the required downforce on the front axle. In the side view, there are also a number of unique GTS features. Above all, the 20-inch Carrera S wheels, which are painted in black. On the door, you'll find the typical GTS lettering. The rear also offers GTS-specific features and a distinct character. The black tinted motif can also be found in the tail lights, in the model logo, which comes in black, as well as the distinct rear apron, the underside of which is also kept in black. Obviously, this is aerodynamically optimized for the car. Last but not least, the Sport exhaust system has tailpipes in high gloss black.
The
sound design played an important role for us with this new GTS. It means that the sound is more intense, sportier, racier, and the backfire is also a lot more noticeable.
Wenn wir hineinschauen, so ist es vor allen Dingen
Looking inside the car, you note above all the Alcantara. It offers plenty of grip in the Sport Plus seats, as well as the steering wheel and the gear selector. It nicely rounds out the GTS typical feel in the cabin. The Sport Chrono package not only offers you the choice between different modes, from normal to Sport Plus, but also an optimal configuration of the entire car for the racetrack. What's more, the Sport Chrono package can also link up to the Track Precision app, which customers can download on their smartphone and then retrieve and record their vehicle's data from the racetrack. No matter whether it's longitudinal or lateral acceleration, brake pressure and other data, after his lap he can analyze his drive, where you might have lost time over a previous lap, where you got faster and the like. You can read and analyze it all yourself, which is a great feature.
Within the
718 lineup, the GTS models are the top versions, with the sportiest setup as far as driving performance and power are concerned. It holds especially true for driving dynamics, which are characterized by the excellent handling and good agility. Our 718 GTS models all come with efficient and powerful chassis systems on board, such as the PASM system with a 10mm lower ride height, or the PTV system, Porsche's torque vectoring system. Last but not least, the Sport Chrono package comes together with the PADM, the dynamic engine mounts. In their best setup, the 718 GTS models clock up a time of just 7 minutes 40 seconds on the Nürburgring. The GTS models sit at the top end of the 718 series. They're the sportiest cars in the series and appeal particularly to customers who also relish a sporty challenge, but still want to have them for everyday driving situations.
Thanks to their many innovations, both the 718 Cayman GTS and 718 Boxster GTS continue to hold top spot in their segments. Now it's time to fulfill your love of bends and corners for yourself with these two Porsches. Enjoy the ride!